So, apparently, Spidarrund sold his channel to an animation company called Virtual Legion Studios, and things are already looking weird. But let me get straight to the point. This is still Spidarrund. He didn't sell his channel. He obviously just tried to make it seem like he did. So, even if he's actually canceled, this whole thing is just a cover-up. A way for Spidarrund to continue making content and profiting from the channel while dodging any consequences of his actions. He knows his reputation is completely ruined, and he knows that if his name is still attached to the channel, people will keep calling him out. So what does he do? He fakes everything. He pretends that some animation studio took over, when in reality, he's still the one running the animations behind the scenes. Keep watching until the end, since he'll uncover everything about this quote-unquote real animation studios. And I actually have more information about Spidarrund, even more than my last video. And holy shit, there's so much more to talk about. And before we head on, this video wouldn't even exist without Spidarrund's ex-mods coming forward with new details. They were the ones who provided all of this information. A huge thanks to all of them for speaking out and sharing their experiences. Without them, a lot of this would have never been exposed. Spidarrund thought he could get away with everything, but now, bro is cooked. So first thing I want to talk about is this Virtual Legion Studios. So they made a community post on Spidarrund's channel, and they have announced that they'll be taking over his channel and his series. We, Virtual Legion Studio, are a small team specializing in performing arts and digital design. Since 2024, we are interested in the Invasion series. We are pleased to announce that, effective January 28th, 2025, we have acquired all intellectual property rights to the Invasion series, including its name, characters, storyline, and any related elements yet to be defined. Sounds official, right? Well, let's take a look at how the Invasion series is doing now that this company has supposedly taken over. It's not going good, and this is all a blatant lie. This entire announcement is just a cover-up. Spidarrund never actually sold his channel. He just rebranded and is now operating under a different name, probably to avoid backlash. But Solanimation Theories, can you provide us with proof that Spidarrund never actually sold his channel and he just rebranded it? Yes, I absolutely can. One of Spidarrund's ex-mods, Zephyr, or Zeno, did some serious digging into this so-called Virtual Legion Studios, and what he found was honestly laughable. First off, this so-called company does not exist anywhere outside of YouTube. No official website, no records, no mentions on Google, nothing. If you go on Google and search for Virtual Legion Studios, you'll come up completely empty. But it gets even worse. Not only is there no actual trace of this company anywhere, but their entire brand seems fake. Take their profile picture, for example. It's literally AI generated. Think about that for a second. A supposedly legit animation studio that claims to have bought out Spidarrund's entire intellectual property. And they couldn't even bother to design a real logo. No actual company would operate like this. If they were a real animation studio, there would be records of them. There would be some kind of official documentation, anything to show they existed before January 28th. But instead, they just miraculously appeared out of nowhere. But to add more pile of evidence, one of the biggest giveaways that Spidarrund never actually sold his channel is the fact that his bank account is probably still connected to the YouTube channel. Think about it. When you sell a YouTube channel, you'd have to transfer ownership, which includes giving full access to the Google account tied to it. That means whoever owns the channel also has access to the AdSense and payment details. So, if Spidarrund truly sold his channel, he would have had to transfer his entire Google account, which includes emails, private messages, and most importantly, the financial details. It'll be a hassle. Now let's be real. Nobody would just hand over their Google account that has all their sensitive financial information. It's highly unlikely that Spidarrund did this. And also, let's be real. No actual company would attach itself to someone who's in the middle of a huge controversy. If Virtual Legion Studios were a real company, why would they publicly associate themselves with someone who's being exposed for all this? It's all pretty weird that they bought his channel right after he was exposed. It's really suspicious. Almost like Spidarrund thought of an idea to keep profiting off YouTube, even if he's canceled. So now, I have uncovered the Virtual Legion Studios situation. Now, I have more and more information about Spidarrund after my first video I made about him. And damn, it's a lot. I don't even know where to start since it's all so bad. Here's another testimony from someone else who had a bad experience with Spidarrund. Again, I won't be revealing their name for privacy reasons, but what they shared adds even more weight to everything we've already covered. Here's what they said. Basically, in a sense, but I don't think this would be relevant to everyone, Spidarrund and I were a thing before, but not to an extent of being a couple. Overall, he's really manipulative and tries to control my socials and even told me to leave servers, going to lengths to tell ISO to block me or even ban me from ISO's server back then. I would have cared about it, but now I just really don't. Let's break this down. First off, this person explained that their past with Spidarrund wasn't a full-on relationship. But even if that's the case, Spidarrund was still pretty manipulative. Look at these screenshots, for example. I do admit, this is some pretty manipulative behavior because there's no reason someone should dictate what another person does online. But my tip is that you shouldn't blatantly listen to a person like this. So what if they scare you? It's the internet. They won't hurt you. Anyways, he didn't stop there. He even pressured them to leave Discord servers and went so far as to tell another person, ISO Toilet, to block them or even ban them from ISO's server. And then there's the last part. He tries to talk to me 24/7 and gets mad if I'm gone for too long, despite telling him what I've been doing. There's more to it, but the screenshots are a lot, and there's a lot in our DMS. This is some next level weirdo shit and clingy shit. The problem is that he would get angry if they were gone for too long. This was also one of the problems in my last Spidarrund video. Like, bro, even if they had already told him where they were or what they were doing, he still got mad. It's honestly really creepy, but this isn't over. There's more. This is about to get weird. A lot of heinous stuff happened in his server and on his DMs with other people. Sometimes he sends a lot of borderline NSFW messages, animations, and
respect TV woman, or I'll ban you with my giant ban.
He also was playing a lot of weird games on Roblox, according to his ex-mods. He even gave backbots to a person in game. And you know what else is crazy? His ex-mods have pointed out that his actual age is still pretty much unclear. Last video, I acknowledged that Spidarrund was 17, but there's no real proof of that. In fact, some of his ex-mods suspect he's actually closer to 22 years old. If that's true, then this whole situation just escalates to a whole new massive level. Because it would mean that while he was dating a 15-year-old, he might have actually been a full-grown adult. This drama gets crazier and crazier the more and more we go deep in this. And Spidarrund is hitting a new low with this one.